Hello.
Hello.
So this is our second video in our How to Crochet for Complete and Utter Beginners course. And hopefully you've watched the first. Susan's teaching me, aren't you, Susan?
I'm teaching you, and what we're going to do today is, I think they're basically two stitches in crochet. There's a double and a treble, and today we're going to do the double, which in American terminology is called a single crochet.
Okay, so that's quite important.
It's quite important because a lot of people start off and they look at a pattern, and because we'll talk about trebles in a minute, they use the same words but for different stitches. The only one that's different, or there are two that are different, and that's a single. We don't have a single in the UK. So if you look at a pattern and you see a single crochet, you think this is American terminology. Okay, but we'll talk more about that later on. So
that's quite important.
That is very, very important.
So, and this double / single is just the really basic, easy crochet stitch.
Yes. Yeah. As I say, I personally think just really two stitches.
Yes, well, this is my point all the way along, is actually crochet. Once you've tackled that tricky thing.
It's just knit and purl, isn't it?
Well, it can get very complicated.
We can do.
I just think, you
can do other things. Anyway.
So.
Right,
okay, so oh yes, so we're going to do a chain. So what do you want me to do?
Why don't you chain about, I don't know, 15?
1, 2, oh, let's see, 3. Okay, this probably isn't very interesting.
It's not very interesting,
4,
no.
5.
I've done some there.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm going to just do
10. A bit boring. So
I think we need a different camera angle.
Right, so we're going to switch camera angle. Okay, but we're back in a minute. Okay, all right, see you in a sec.
Okay.
Right, so that's your chain.
This is my chain. Right, so now I'm going to work a row of double crochet.
So have you turned it round?
No, I'm going to work. All right, okay. So you work in, unlike with knitting, obviously, we're going to work into each one of these chain here. We're going to put stitch into each one of those, and with crochet you always work from right to left.
Okay, cool.
There we go. So now don't worry too much about this, but what we're going to do is we're going to skip the first chain. So that's the first chain, and we're going to work into the second chain.
Right.
Just for reference later on, because a turning chain is one stitch for a double crochet. So you skip that first stitch, and then we're going to work the first stitch into the second chain. So
go into the centre of the V.
Go into the centre. So you can do all sorts of things, and I'm aware that I think in Japan they do it slightly differently, but I've got my V's there, and I'm just going to go under.
You go in, and then what, you put the yarn round is the same way as we did the chain. So you go left and under.
Yes, hooks in the stitch first, and then exactly once you've got this technique, you can, that's it. This is the most important thing. Hook it through.
Oh, you've got 2 stitches there. Oh no, you haven't.
No. So you've got 2 loops on the hook.
Oh right, sorry, completely forgotten that.
So you need to concentrate. Then 2 loops on the hook. Wrap the yarn round and bring it through both.
So that's why it's double crochet, because you're bringing the needle through twice.
I don't know.
Okay,
whatever. So look, sometimes it's a bit difficult because you're not working on a needle. It's quite difficult to work out where you've been. But if you just pull it around a bit, you can see you've gone in that one. To be honest, it doesn't matter. It's just getting the technique right at the moment. So now you're going to this one. So a hook in from front to back, under that top V, wrap the yarn round, bring it back through the loop. Wrap the yarn around and bring it through 2 loops. Can you see why it is important to be quite loose here? Because you are going to struggle. Again, so into the next one, wrap it round, bring it through, and wrap it through 2. And so we're going to carry on like that. I'm just going to sort of speed it up a bit to the end of the row and just show you what the first row looks like. So doubles are, made a little bit of a mess there, I just split the yarn, but never mind. So doubles are quite short stitches. So crochet stitches sort of vary in height basically, and a double crochet / single crochet is sort of the shortest stitch, and really the amount of times you wrap the yarn around the hook, we'll talk about this later on, the higher the stitch. So we'll just get to the end of the row here. Quite often, you'll miss stitches. Don't worry about it. All we're worrying about here is getting the technique right. Okay, so we get to the end of the row. There we go, and look, we've got one more chain there. Put a hair in it there, and just work the last one into there like so. Okay, so that's your first row of double crochet. Cool. Can you see what the tops of the stitches look like? They look like little V's. Yeah. So now, because we work from right to left, we just turn the work. So in a pattern, it'll go turn. So turn it. I tend to take the hook out because I always feel that stitch is a bit twisted. Now here with double crochet, when we work the second row, you chain one. This is a turning chain, and you do this before you start the row, and this gets you essentially to the right height to start this row. So a chain, if you remember from when we started, wrap the yarn around the hook. You're not putting it through any stitches, just wrap it round, bring it through, and there you go, chain one. Then you need to work your first stitch on your second row. Now this is a bit tricky. Just look at the top of the work, and you've got that V there. That's your first stitch, or your last stitch from the last row. You put the hook in from front to back under both V's. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And when you've got not much work, they tend to sort of flip to one side, so they're sort of on their side a bit. And when you've got more work, they sit flat on top. So through the stitch, wrap the yarn around, bring it through 2 loops. It's worked exactly the same as before, just possibly a little bit more fiddly. So there we go, through both V's, wrap it round, bring it through, and then through the next one like so, wrap it round and bring it through. And then we just carry on like that to the end of the row. And I'll just sort of speed that up a bit so you can see what it looks like. What I'd say with crochet is when you've not got much work in place, it's much more fiddly. Once you've got your work in place, the V's sit nice and flat on top, and if you've got higher stitches, they're much easier to see from the side anyway as well. So there are sort of spaces between the stitches.
So because I think I might have done this before, it's like if you're doing amigurumi, it's double crochet, is it?
Generally amigurumi,
it's quite close together.
It's a very tight fabric. You can see it's very, crochet is very textured compared to knitting. Now at the end of the row here, quite often what people do is when they're working their first lot of crochet, they get a little bit of work and they carry on going, and they have a triangle when they finish. That's because they keep losing stitches at the end of the work. So here it's not so bad with doubles. You can see your last stitch there. If you've got problems, then just count. Yeah, just count. So you count, you know how many your chain is, make sure you make that number of stitches on the first row. And there you go. So that's your second row. And again, look, V's on top. Can you see they're sitting more flat on top now than they were before? Turn your work. There we go, like so, and then off you go. You chain one and then into stitches, and off you go.
Okay, can I have a go?
Coolio. Do you want to do on this one, or do you want to start from the beginning?
Start from the top.
Excellent. Okay. Right. So I've just realised that I've made a beginner's error, and not deliberately as well. But I've gone the wrong way up my yarn. So we'll just have a pause.
To be honest, I've not known anybody do this before.
Well, I'm very special.
When they join new yarn, it's.
Okay, so I'm going to turn my chain around and I'll be back in a sec. So now look, that's quite good now. So if you had that problem, I've helped you there. So now the tail needs to be at the other end to your hook. Right. So I'm going to go in.
What do you do first? What do you do first?
Go in there.
You get in the second chain from the.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes, I'm going to go in there. So there's my first. So basically, my thingy is coming out of that first one, so I don't want to go in that one because I'm already there. So I'm just going to bring the yarn. I was just about to knit with it. So I'm going to go in there.
There, that's right, yeah.
So, bit tricky. I did do this really loosely. So yarn round once.
Yeah, and bring it through.
Bring it through that one.
Just the one, just the chain.
Oh, and then yarn round again?
Then you go round again and bring it through two.
I didn't know that. Okay, cool. That's a slip stitch, isn't it, when it just goes through one?
Yeah, we'll do a slip stitch.
Right, so now in this one?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, it's tricky. Round once.
And then,
round again. So I don't know, maybe it's because we're both very loose, aren't we? And I'm very loose with my knitting.
There,
oh, You see, you need to go in that one there.
Oh right. Oh, it's not going to fit in there though. I'm not really sure I want to do that.
I think because you've pulled the other a bit loose. That's fine. Just
ram it in. Yeah. 1. Oh, whoopsie. Not to worry. It's all fine. 2.
Yeah.
Here, this one. Oh right. Okay. So it's funny because the shapes change, don't they?
Yeah. Well, because you loosen up the ones you're working on, it tightens up the next one.
In here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry everyone, I made it a really short chain, so this will be over quite quickly. In here.
Yeah.
1.
Oh, you just done that. What a knitter does.
What have I?
You did it with you hooked it with your fingers, yeah.
But as we said before, doesn't matter, whatever works. Did I? What did I do? I don't even know what you think I'm doing.
Not so much then.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I'm left on my own.
Yeah.
1.
Doesn't matter. That's it. Yeah.
1.
Oh, yep.
2. And then, is this the last one?
That's the last one, yeah.
Right, 1.
That's it, nice.
1.
Right.
2.
Okay, so
now
got some nice V's on top.
Oh, look, that's so super cool.
Yeah,
I'm actually really proud of myself.
I mean, if you wanted to count them now to make sure you got the amount that you had on
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. So I'm going to turn around.
Yeah, maybe you have 9 because you
yeah, I did a chain of 10.
The other one, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You skipped
missed one, yeah.
Stitch,
So I've turned around and move this over here, and I'm just going to do 1 chain.
That's your turning chain for a
So then, do I want to go in there, under there?
Yeah, you want to go under there, under both V's, yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2. Oh, nice. I'm in the zone now.
Yeah. Okay, you can see yours. I think because it's a bit thicker. You can see it slightly better from the side.
1,
the,
2.
Yeah.
Oh, oopsie.
All right. So the other thing, I mean, don't panic if the hook comes out. You can't lose stitches. You just pull it back.
So I'm going under. So it's under the 2 V's. Oh, not like that. Just to demonstrate a mistake. There, under the 2. So you can see there's 2 little bits there.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah. So 2. It's only on the base chain that I just work under the 1, V.
1, 2. 1, 2. 1. I find it helps if I say 1, 2, 2.
Annoying.
1. Wait till we do trebles. 2. So you should only you always finish with just 1 on your hook, but you only go 2 at a time. 2.
Yeah.
And now I've got 1 more here.
One more. Got 1 there.
You can sort of see there's a little nub of something.
Yeah.
Do I remember someone saying once to me before, just yank it in anywhere if you've got a problem at the end?
Yeah, I think so.
Was that you? 1, 2. Oh wow, I'm so proud. Look.
That's lovely.
That's super cool. So, well.
So I might knock a bit more so we can see what
Should we just pause this a sec and then... Okay, so we're just both doing a little bit more. I'm doing it a little bit slower. But so what have you done there, Susan? Oh wow.
It's a little bit there.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
So it's quite dense.
Yeah.
I don't think you generally just use this on its own. You'd combine it with other stitches, but I know people make dish rags and things out of this.
That's your.
And when as I said, amigurumi.
Amigurumi,
because it's tight,
so
stuffing doesn't come through. But it's yeah.
So okay, so now you're following our lessons. It would be good to do a little bit of this, wouldn't it? To keep going a bit, do a few rows.
Just do a few rows until you're happy. And once you maybe got the
although I don't. Do you know what I think might be quite difficult is starting again. So maybe it's quite good to go back to the chain, and because I think the actual stitch is easier than that first row.
Yeah, it is definitely.
Why do I keep getting this little hole at the end there? What's that?
I think possibly because it's
Is that if I missed something?
No, I don't think you've missed something. I think when you've turned, you've just obviously it's
a bit lax. That's my turning chain, is it?
I think it might be your turning chain. Again,
oh, well.
I mean, I'm just
sure we can get rid of that later.
Leave that in somewhere.
Okay, cool. So now let's think. This is episode 2, and so next. Oh, I've gone wrong. Next, we're going to do. What we're going to do next?
I think next we'll do trebles, treble crochet, or it's called double crochet. in the States, so that this is where it starts to get confusing, because obviously...
Oh, so now I've got one extra stitch. I've got 10 stitches now.
Right, and I haven't heard of anybody that's actually created a stitch.
I have.
What? So for you, 1, 2, 3, you could either pull it back.
6, 7, 8. Well, no, I haven't. I've got 9.
Right, okay.
It's okay, everyone. Don't panic. I've just got 9. It just looks like it's getting bigger. But I mean, you can sort a lot out afterwards, can't you, by stretching? So, well, obviously we'll get better. Well, I'll get better. Susan might not get any better. She's quite good already.
You can sort it out by stretching. I think the technical term is blocking.
Blocking, yeah. Excellent. So,
right, I'll just finish this row.
Yeah, I think you might want to look up a bit more.
Yeah, no, I can't need my glasses on.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right, yes, there we go. So that's a little bit there.
Excellent. So we're going to be back. Episode 3 coming very soon.
We might be.
It might already be there. So to be fair, if you're not watching this in August 2020, episode 3 will be there already. Excellent.
Good. Well,
so thank you. Bye.
Bye.